Hello everyone, welcome to Pocket Study Education channel. Today we are going to know some basic important facts about Australia, from its history to independence and independence to its growth, and all information are here. We know some important facts about its history, also we know about its capital and largest city. So those who are new to our channel, please subscribe our channel and give us like to encourage us to create new videos like this. So let's get started. Interesting facts about Australia. Officially Australia known as Commonwealth of Australia, its capital is Canberra and largest city is Sydney. Australia is the largest island and the smallest continent in the world. It is 2 times larger than India. Australia is a sovereign country comprising the mainland of the Australian continent, the island of Tasmania and numerous smaller islands. It is the largest country in Oceania and the world's 6th largest country by total area. Australia's neighbouring countries are Papua New Guinea, Indonesia and East Timor to the north, the Solomon Islands and Vanuatu to the northeast, and New Zealand to the southeast. Australia's population of 25 million is highly urbanised and heavily concentrated on the eastern seaboard. Its capital is Canberra, and its largest city is Sydney. The country's other major metropolitan areas are Melbourne, Brisbane, Perth and Adelaide. Australia has a landmass of 7,617,930 square kilometers, equal to 2,941,300 square miles. A gold rush began in Australia in the early 1850s, which boosted the population of the country. Australia generates its income from various sources including mining-related exports, telecommunications, banking, and manufacturing. Australia is a highly developed country, with the world's 13th largest economy. It has a high-income economy, with the world's 10th highest per capita income, and it is a regional power and has the world's 13th highest military expenditure. Australia has the world's 9th largest immigrant population, with immigrants accounting for 26% of the population. And it is a member of the United Nations, G20, Commonwealth of Nations, ANZUS, Organization for Economic Cooperation and Development, OECD, World Trade Organization, Asia-Pacific Economic Cooperation, Pacific Islands Forum and the ASEAN. The name Australia is derived from the Latin terra australis, southern land, a name used for a hypothetical continent in the southern hemisphere since ancient times. Until the early 19th century, Australia was best known as New Holland, a name first applied by the Dutch explorer Abel Tasman in 1644, as New Holland, and subsequently anglicized. Terra Australis still saw occasional usage, such as in scientific texts. The name Australia was popularized by the explorer Matthew Flinders, who said it was more agreeable to the ear, and an assimilation to the names of the other great portions of the earth. The first time that Australia appears to have been officially used was in April 1817, when Governor Lachlan Macquarie acknowledged the receipt of Flinders' charts of Australia from Lord Bathurst. In December 1817, Macquarie recommended to the Colonial Office that it be formally adopted. In 1824, the Admiralty agreed that the continent should be known officially by that name. The first official published use of the new name came with the publication in 1830 of the Australia Directory by the Hydrographic Office. Around 65,000 to 70,000 years ago, human habitation of the Australian continent is estimated to have begun. At the time of European settlement in the late 18th century, most Indigenous Australians were hunter-gatherers with complex economies and societies. The first recorded European sighting of the Australian mainland, and the first recorded European landfall on the Australian continent, in 1606, are attributed to the Dutch. The first ship and crew to chart the Australian coast and meet with Aboriginal people was the Duyfken, captained by Dutch navigator Willem Jan Soan, sighted the coast of Cape York Peninsula in early 1606, and made landfall on February 26 at the Pennefather River near the modern town of Papua on Cape York. The Dutch charted the whole of the western and northern coastlines and named the island continent New Holland during the 17th century, but made no attempt at settlement. William Dampier, an English explorer and privateer, landed on the northwest coast of New Holland in 1688 and again in 1699 on a return trip. In 1770, James Cook sailed along and mapped the east coast, which he named New South Wales and claimed for Great Britain. With the loss of its American colonies in 1783, the British government sent a fleet of ships, the First Fleet, under the command of Captain Arthur Phillip, to establish a new penal colony in New South Wales. A camp was set up and the flag raised at Sydney Cove, Port Jackson, on 26 January 1788, a date which became Australia's National Day, Australia Day. A British settlement was established in Van Diemen's Land, now known as Tasmania, in 1803, and it became a separate colony in 1825. The United Kingdom formally claimed the western part of Western Australia, the Swan River Colony, in 1828. Separate colonies were carved from parts of New South Wales, South Australia in 1836, Victoria in 1851, and Queensland in 1859. The Northern Territory was founded in 1911 when it was excised from South Australia. South Australia was founded as a free province. It was never a penal colony. Victoria and Western Australia were also founded free, but later accepted transported convicts. A campaign by the settlers of New South Wales led to the end of convict transportation to that colony. The last convict ship arrived in 1848.